Hey, I'm here with the last of the persimmons that I got the other day, and somebody wrote on a comment yesterday that I should do a persimmon mukbang after I made that video with all the persimmons, so that's what I'm going to do. It's 11 o'clock right now, a.m., and this is going to be my first solid meal. I just had some juice, beets, celery, and a little lime, and that was good. I just got a job at a juice bar right near my house, and they order beets, but this time they accidentally ordered like golden yellow beets, which they can't use, so they gave me like a 25-pound bag of beetroots, so I took those home and I've been juicing them now. But yeah, these persimmons have been awesome, so delicious, super ripe, and these are not the last ones that I have. I thought that they were going to go bad sooner, so I froze like 9 of them, and I've also got some frozen bananas, so one of these days I'll probably make some cinnamon banana ice cream, and that'll be delicious. Super jelly. And then I also have these 3 pomegranates that I got the other day, which are really good. Yeah, I also really love pomegranate. I don't know, when I eat pomegranate, it feels like just such a super divine fruit to me. I know that all fruits are divine, but pomegranates especially feel like they have some kind of like godly quality to them. So I'm having a hard time thinking about anything interesting to talk about, and really just wanting to enjoy these persimmons. But something that I feel like I could share is sort of my daily routines that I've been cultivating for, I don't know, maybe the last 2 months. The first thing that I do when I wake up every morning, which is usually around 7 or 7:30 a.m., is first thing, use the restroom. Second thing, before I do anything else, is 1 hour of meditation, and then 5 minutes after that of basically gratitude, which I talk about in the last video I did about cultivating gratitude, which I think was a really beneficial video, a really good video, and I highly recommend watching it if you haven't already. And then after I meditate, lately I have been oil pooling with coconut oil in my mouth. My teeth have not been the greatest. There was a long time where I was thinking that I just wanted to see what would happen if I didn't do a lot of like hygienic care for them and just ate natural and just see what happens. And while I was in Hawaii, it felt like my teeth were doing so great for so long while eating fruitarian. And then while I was in Hawaii, they really started to decline quite a bit, or I started getting a lot of cavities and things like that. And so since Hawaii, I've really been trying to take better care of my teeth and doing things that help regenerate my teeth. and so I've been oil pooling with coconut oil every morning for like 20 minutes. And then also, as I'm oil pooling, I also dry brush, usually twice a day. And so after meditation, I oil pool and dry brush. And then I kind of just do whatever for the next like 2 hours until my first meal, which is right now. Usually I read a little bit. I've been rereading A Course in Miracles lately. And maybe I'll meditate a little bit more, or if it's nice out like today, I might lay out in the sun for as long as possible before my first meal. Or I'll go to the store if I am preparing for the day, buy food for juices and to eat. And then if I have enough inspiration, then usually I like to try and make a video in that time period, but usually that doesn't happen. And then 11 o'clock I eat my first meal, and then it's pretty much, I'm just like consuming food and on the computer watching videos or looking up whatever I'm wanting to look up for the next 3 hours until 2 p.m., which is when I stop eating. And then I still sometimes let myself have either some juice or maybe some hot herbal tea, which is rare, but sometimes I'll have some hot herbal tea until 5 p.m. Just if I'm really craving something and I don't want to eat, I'd rather just have the fluid tea. But usually if I have anything, it's juice. And typically I don't consume anything after 2 p.m. anyways. And then usually right around 2 p.m., between 2 and 3 p.m., if I'm not working, and if I'm not doing anything else, then typically I'll meditate for another hour in the middle of the day, right after my basically consumption time. And then after that I'll probably just get on the internet more, watch more videos, or typically just watch more videos until around 6 p.m., which is usually when I have not necessarily my last meditation, but my last like 1 hour sit, where I'm dedicating an hour to meditation. And then after that last meditation, then before that meditation actually, usually I'll brush my teeth and do another dry brushing round. Then I'll meditate. And then after meditation I have this machine called a chi machine. Super nice. I love it. I use it pretty much every day, especially before I go to bed. It's just this little machine. You rest your ankles on it, and it just shakes back and forth with your ankles on it, and it like kind of vibrates your whole body for like 20 minutes. And after it's finished, you just like get this wave of crazy sensation, and you feel so relaxed, and like you're just like vibrating. And so that's always really relaxing and feels really good. So I do that after meditation, and then usually after I use that, I'll probably meditate a little bit more before I go to sleep, maybe for another 30 minutes to an hour or so. And then typically I just fall asleep, which is usually probably somewhere around 9 p.m. is when I'll fall asleep. And that is typically what my days look like. I really don't do a whole lot. I mean, if I go out, it's typically just to the grocery store. Now I have a job, so I'll go to work. And then some of the other places that I might go on a weekly basis is like to ecstatic dance or authentic relating games or circling, but I haven't been going to those very often. But actually tonight is authentic relating games, and I am going to go to that and probably go spend some time with Micah. And so that is my consistent daily routine. And it's been feeling really good. I feel like I've been very determined and had a lot of discipline and doing these things every single day and not skipping a day, which is something that I've struggled with a lot before, is consistency and just having sort of the willpower or the discipline to keep up with a practice and not just give up on it feels very beneficial. I feel like having this consistent meditation practice is just helping my determination and willpower in every other aspect of my life when it comes to my diet, and like this intermittent fasting I've been doing where I'm just eating 3 hours a day in a 3-hour time period feels a lot easier. It feels manageable and like it's not a big hassle to do. It feels really good, and the more that I do it every day, the easier it gets and the more natural it feels. One thing that I do notice with the intermittent fasting though is in that last hour, I'm like, okay, this is it, I've got 1 hour left, and then it's like this excuse to like, okay, I just gotta stuff myself with stuff that is not so great for me. Like I crave fat super hard in that last hour, and like I may have stuffed myself completely on fruit and feel full and like not be able to eat any more fruit, but I'm like, oh my god, I have to get some sort of fat or stimulation or sedation in before this last hour is up, and then I can't do it the rest of the day. And so I am kind of witnessing that mind game that I play with myself during intermittent fasting. It's like I just want to make all these complicated meals and like stuff myself in that last hour with nonsense. Which a lot of the time I do anyways, even when I'm not intermittent fasting. So at least with intermittent fasting, I do it and then like I still feel fine. I mean, it's not, I don't feel my best, and it's definitely, I feel maybe slightly bloated, definitely nothing like if I was eating throughout the day, all day. But it's definitely way easier when I'm intermittent fasting, only eating in a 3-hour time window. It's like everything that does come, even if I do stuff myself with a bunch of like fats, nuts and seeds and complicated raw vegan dressings and salads or something like that, because it's just because I'm fasting for 21 hours the rest of the day, it feels fine. Okay, that's all the persimmons, and then I wanted to open at least one of these just so I can show you how I like to eat pomegranate. Normally I wouldn't do it in the house, I'd take it outside, but I'm going to do it in the house. So how I like to open a pomegranate with my bare hands and eat it is usually I'll just take my fingernail and like I feel like the skin is actually a lot softer than it looks, or people might think. So it's not that hard just to kind of dig in. I just kind of make a circle around where the little I actually don't know which side is the stem, which side. Anyways, on the top here. And then just take that out like that, and then you can kind of just make little slices with your fingernail. And then it's pretty easy to just open it up like that. And these pomegranates have been super delicious lately. And then usually I'll just, if I'm eating it inside, then usually I'll do this and I will get a bowl like this and I'll just get all the pomegranate seeds, the jewels, the whatever else they're called. I'll just put them in the bowl and eat them with a spoon or something. But when I'm outside and I just want to eat it the way that it was naturally designed to be eaten, then yeah, I'll just do this and kind of break it up and bite it right off the fruit like that. And usually I'm more careful because I don't want to spill all my pomegranate seeds in the grass, but I feel like I could be a little more careless because I've got this bowl that's kind of catching all of it, so that's nice. Yeah, you can kind of just scrape it off any way you can. You can bite into it, or just like this, kind of pull them right off, get a handful. Pomegranates just feel like really pure to me. Like innocence, purity. And like some sort of psychic vibrance. And if you do take a bite and you end up getting some of the skin or the white in your mouth, I mean, it's really easy to tell what's a seed and what's the white, and it's like really easy to just spit it out really quickly without swallowing it or chewing it up. So I find that I don't really have to worry too much when biting into it. So I think I'll just probably end the video here. I don't want to take too long. I have no idea if what I'm talking about is very interesting to anyone. But if you have maybe any other questions or anything that you'd like to know about me, or anything you'd like to know about anything that I might be able to provide information for, then just let me know in the comments. I can do another mukbang or just a regular video and answer any questions. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this, and I'll talk with you in the next video.